Hey guys, it's Runa. We've been paying attention to the surveys, and I just want to let you know we're acknowledging those. I'm considering trying to do a monthly recap, if nothing else, just to kind of let you guys know what's going on, let you guys know we're here, let you know we exist. So I'm kind of curious on the thoughts of that, kind of giving you guys an update on what's on the temple and maybe some kind of side notes, things we might have thought of. So just so everybody knows, there's a lot of new people here. There's a lot of people I haven't directly spoken to, or Anwar and I haven't directly spoken to, and that's fine. Um, we are actually in the process of registering Ravensgrove as a 501c. Now, a lot of people have asked, why is that taking so long? Are you not really doing it? No, we're doing it. In the United States, you first have to set up basically a religious business, almost, so to speak. I actually have a business. It works the same way, unfortunately. And then to actually go ahead and get 501c status, tax exempt status, all that kind of stuff, you basically have to be a business for like 4 years and then apply to the IRS and all this other stuff. So it is not an overnight kind of thing. And I just want you guys to know it's not like a pipe dream. It's not like a oh yeah, they say that, but it's not happening. No, it's happening. It's happening behind the scenes, little bit by little bit. The first thing is we had to set up a board of members. So I had to pick people, or we had to, Anwar and I had to pick people that were going to be part of that board, which is a process we wanted to be very careful about. I do want people around that have different ideas than we have, but at the same time, you want people that aren't necessarily going to tear your system apart, that kind of thing. You want them to be different enough to give you fresh ideas, but you want them to be similar enough. And then there's also some legal concerns. For example, we're running this out of our home. So, for example, in a lot of business setups, you could basically found a company, be the president of a company, and then the board could vote you out and take all your shit. So while we definitely want to serve the community, we were very careful to make sure that, we're never going to lose our house over this, so to speak. And it gets really boring and businessy from there, but suffice to say, we got a board set up. We've been working through bylaws, which legally we have to have, and there's a lot of things we have to take into consideration that probably will never come up, and it's really boring. For example, I've said before, we want your snacks, not your money. My basic plan financially is pretty much 90% of it's going to be, paid for by Anwar and I. I'm not really expecting anything from the community. This has nothing to do with money. We're not like Christian churches where we expend 10% tithes. There will be certain opportunities to either donate or certain things that you might be able to spend a little bit. For example, we're talking about a yearly membership. It might be, say, like $25 a year per an adult or something like that. But we're not expecting, weekly or monthly contributions or anything. And we'll discuss more of what those things look like later on. But for example, we have a project. The backyard's been cleared. We recently bought this property, and it was literally like a forest. And there's going to literally be a grove of, say, 13 trees. So there might be an opportunity, for example, at some point to donate towards the trees or something like that. But our general assumption is going to be we're paying for it all. So that being said, we're not asking the community for anything, but you do please have to understand that, we have jobs, we have to work, we have to make money like everybody else, we have our regular bills, and then we also have the temple. So if things ever seem like they're dragging along, that's why. And you're always more than welcome to ask what the status update is. So at this time, we have picked board members and voted them in, and we're working on the bylaws, and at this point, I'm having to draft them and type them up and everything, and we're talking 8 pages of legalese bullshit. So it's happening. It is getting there. And then once that's all set, I think there's a couple other hoops we have to jump through. And then basically we have to raise the funds and it's like a religious organization. Basically, religions in this context are a business, which is annoying. But I have to cross all my T's, dot all my I's and everything, and make sure it's all set up properly. At this time, just so you know, Anwar and myself are legal clergy, so should you have any legal needs, weddings, funerals, anything like that, we are good to go. We've always been good to go with that. But just in the meantime, the temple is continuing to develop socially, and legally as well. It's just those legalities take time. And then after like 4 years, I think it is, once we've been established as a quote religious organization or religious business, then we can petition the IRS and all that, which is annoying to me because I don't plan on there really ever being any money in the temple. I really just don't. If it happens, then, and that's one thing, like with the bylaws, we have to talk about, well, if we have money, what are we doing with it? Who's accountable? Who's this? Who's that? So we basically have to plan like we're a multi-million-dollar company, even though that's never going to happen. So like I said, a lot of boring legalese. So if you're not hearing a lot about the development, just know that it's not all that exciting. I mean, it is, but what's actually happening really isn't. We have the website up and some other things. But in the meantime, just understand that we're two people plus a couple of really supportive friends and family members that are working on getting this stuff off the ground. And if there's anything you need, definitely ask. But at the same time, realize that the more you guys are going to want, the more we're going to need help. Right now, I've got a couple people in my DMs talking to me about doing classes or workshops, which are possibly coming very soon in the near future. I'm going to be honest, I made a post before. The more people are willing to volunteer and help, the more we're going to be able to get done. I'm one person. I have a job. I'm a high priestess. I run a coven. And now we're also trying to run a church. It's not that we can't do it, but again, what we have is going to dictate how fast we can get stuff pushed out. So definitely excited about things to come. Definitely listen to you guys about the meetups. Everybody had been telling us that the house was great. When we did it at restaurants, no one wanted it, but no one had really mentioned that the time was an issue. So if either one of you or any of you guys are noticing, well, gee, I wish I could go, but, this thing here, definitely feel free to speak up, because I feel like we had over 100 people all like, it's just a me thing, and I think it may have been most of you, which is fine, but we can't fix it if we don't know about it. So as long as you're not being disrespectful and you're not, coming out cussing us or attacking us, by all means make an opinion. The worst we can say is no. We're not here to belittle or pick on anybody, and like, when it's too much, I'll say, hey guys, sorry, I'm just one Runa. Just me. So that's pretty much that. We've got the new meetup time is going to be, I believe it's the 15th at 2. Yeah, the 15th at 2. So just about a week and a half until then, and we really look forward to seeing you guys. Bring snacks if you can. If not, come anyway. It's not like a potluck. You're not required to. I just know we have a lot of really cool people that like to cook or make things, and I usually try to make sure there's beverages and something to snack on. So yeah. We look forward to seeing you soon, and you guys have a good one.